And we are back with a Monday edition of the Doin Alright Draft Edition podcast. Appreciate y'all. Love you to people. Me and Bryan just had the same clothes on. We put the same clothes on. We ain't really worried about it. You know what I mean? But I did change my socks. You know what I mean? But I came back with the same top on, so it's all good. We're gonna break down some more Senior Bowl prospects.
Sure.
We got some offensive linemen, D linemen, and a safety today. Should be pretty fun. Or not, Bryan. Isaiah World, boy.
Yeah.
Isaiah World.
Ooh.
Hey, man, I hate to be this way with my guy. Boy, I ran straight to the fours, Bryan.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about Isaiah World, man. He's playing against a real good competition. He just never beat none of them. And he just, I think he's, so first of all, tall.
6'8" tall.
Cool little length.
Yeah.
I think I have to differentiate something with, some of my language, Bryan. He has good feet.
Yes.
But I don't think he has the O-line feet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Good feet, what I mean is, are you able to pick your feet up and down quickly?
Yeah.
Are you able to kick, slide, and travel? Are you able to, if they cross face, pound, post foot, get back inside? He got quick feet.
Mm-hmm.
They get up and down off the ground quickly. But he doesn't have O-line feet in a way of, well, I have to keep my base when I move.
Yeah.
Or I have to go backwards, or I have to lead with this foot, lead with that foot. I can't let my feet get narrow.
That's, oof.
You know what I'm saying? His feet get real narrow, Bryan.
They do.
If I'm down blocking, I have to lead with this foot. So it's certain offensive line movements that he's not good at all. Bryan, his base gets destroyed, broken down.
Yeah.
These defensive ends, they mix up their pass rush moves, and they get on his back hip, and they force him to move his feet. And Bryan, he'll move his feet quickly, but they don't always go in the right place.
Yeah.
That base gets narrow, and when you tall as hell, you end up on the ground a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Sometimes his pad level gets horrible, but he's 6'8", so he starts to lean a little bit, and Bryan, he'll fall forward sometimes because he lean a little bit. He's trying to reach out too far. Bryan, sometimes I've seen his hands, they either go real high, and some edges get up under him, or they'll go real low, and he end up getting that arm around, and he ends up holding Bryan. Isaiah World ain't got a bunch of good tape out at all. I was looking for it, and I couldn't find it.
Yeah, I watched the playoff game against Indiana, and then I watched Penn State just to kind of get an idea. 6'8", 318. He's a hand-down, 2-point stance guy. He started his career.
He stands lazy as hell, too.
He started his career at Nevada. I think you're right. I don't think he has poor agility for his height, but you see times where he is a tick late coming out of that stance. Yeah. And there are snaps where you see him get too high in his stance, and it affects how he's able to play with leverage. He tends to bend at his waist instead of bending at his knees. His hand placement can be a little out of whack. Defenders kind of get inside on him. You see him get into space, and you'll see him kind of wait for the defender to get to, instead of going in and trying to engage. He's kind of a catch blocker that way. The movement he's going to get in the running game comes from double teams. You mentioned his base will get really narrow, and that'll be a problem for him to get. I think he's a much better gap blocker than, say, a zone blocker, because I think the struggles to adjust in space, I think, are a big problem for him. Yeah. The waist bending might be due to his fear of not having much upper body power, too. He's got to feel like he's got to headbutt the guy to stop him. We've seen Terrence Steele do the same thing, where he rams his head, he puts his head down in order to keep the charge of the defender and try and get the defender off him. Yeah. So, I have this guy in the 4th round. The size is intriguing at 6'8", 318. We'll see how things match up for him at the Senior Bowl. They did, like I say, he was the starting left tackle for the Ducks, and he's played a lot of games. Played a lot of games in Nevada, and then 1 year transferred to Oregon. But the way that he doesn't bend at the knees, I think is a problem for him.
It's a big problem, Bryan. I think you could either have bad feet or bad hands.
Yeah.
I don't think you could have both.
Yeah.
You can't have both, man. And our guy Isaiah World just kind of bad at both. Now look, he could be one of those guys, man. He get the training, and in 4 years he'd be a dude, or he'll at least be serviceable.
Right.
Don't let me be the hero though. Don't let me use all of my good education hours on that. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you want to take the chance, fine.
Yeah.
If you, I say 4 right now because I just got him there because we just working down the board.
Yeah.
If he's available for you in the 7th, would you take a shot on him?
Oh no, I think that they're your traits that you're talking about. That the fact that he does have some good footwork and the fact he's 6'8", you might be able to work with him that way. But there are some elements to his game that they're going to need some overhaul.
Because the Cowboys been really doing that for years. They'll take some Josh Ball with let's go type guy and try to and try to fix him over time.
They'll take him in the 4th round.
They'll take the boys high.
Yeah,
take the boys high.
Yeah,
but yeah, man, that ain't gonna be the thing for me with Isaiah World. Lee Hunter, defensive lineman from Texas Tech, Brian.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. This is a guy that when I first saw this guy play, I was curious, like, oh, okay. Why wasn't this guy? This was me just kind of bouncing around, and trying to kind of find some guys that I'm like going, okay, I need some more defensive tackles.
Sure.
I need to evaluate some more defensive tackles, and Hunter was that guy that I was kind of like going, okay, well, this makes a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. This guy looks like he's that type of a player. This guy's a really powerful guy.
Yeah.
From what I saw, I was super impressed by the way that he was able to play. I think that how active he is with his hands, the body type, the positioning, the way he's able to extend on blockers, get rid of blockers. He doesn't let grass just die underneath his feet. Sure. He's active. He's mobile. His power's impressive. He actually gives you a little bit of a pass rush with the way he plays. But you can watch linemen, go back and watch him play against like Oregon, and like he's throwing guys around. Sure is. So there's a guy with a lot of power. If you're talking about a team that's kind of looking for a guy that could be that nose, this guy's got that punch to him, that power, that feel, the mobility, the agility. I don't see a guy that quits. I mean, sometimes these big guys, they just get
double team and they stay there.
And they stop.
They stay there.
This guy does not happen to him. He is able to maintain his leverage. He's able to maintain his balance, and he's just can throw guys aside in order to make some plays. I really do like this guy a lot. I actually have them in the when you're looking at these defensive tackles, I've got him as a one technique in the 2nd round.
In the 2nd round? In
the 2nd round, yeah, I do. I got him. I got McDonald, Christian Miller, and then Hunter. I've got all in the 2nd round. I got him over Banks, and I know that we've talked about Banks before and stuff like that.
What do you think about his athleticism compared to some of his 2nd round counterparts? So he's definitely going to be like a 0-1 type guy.
Yeah.
Right. How do you rate his athleticism versus guys like McDonald? Like him being
McDonald's is better.
Yeah, much
better.
But
the thing that I saw with Hunter was that I saw a guy with balance, and I saw like some quickness to get up the field. Yeah. And you know, when the ball was coming his direction, you know, he was getting off blocks and getting over there and making stuff happen, or like swimming around a guy and then getting up the field like I saw as a penetrator. I was impressed by how he was able to move around and make plays that way. I just, to me, a guy with that kind of size, that kind of athletic ability, I thought it was pretty good. Because I'm always worried about the guy that's just going to stand there and just take up blocks.
Sure.
But when you look at McDonald, Christian Miller, Hunter, I kind of feel like they're the same. Banks is the guy to me that might have the most upside from Florida.
Yeah. But you don't like Banks not knowing what to do right
now. Not knowing what to do. I kind of feel like that Hunter's got a plan for how to play.
Yeah.
And like when he's one-on-one, he's just throwing dudes aside and going for it.
See, I had a 3 on him.
Okay.
But I didn't think that he was as athletic as some of the guys that I put in the 2s.
Sure.
I think if you're a big, strong tackle and you're athletic, then that'll put you in the 2s for me.
Sure.
Like Kamari Washington, right? I mean, he's not being drafted now.
Right.
But he was in my 2s at one point because he's big as hell. He moves really well. Same with McDonald. The rest of these guys are kind of 3s to me. Banks probably going to be a 1. But Hunter, he's going to, just like you said, basically, Brian, he's going to do all the zero things, all the nose things that he's really good. But I think he plays with a lot of, motor and effort. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
The one thing where I couldn't put him in the twos because I didn't think that he was going to test as athletically as some of those other guys.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But he's a one, though.
Yeah.
But is he doing his job as a 0-1 tech? Hell yeah, he is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Stacking up guys, double teams, whooping them. If it's one-on-one, he's winning those, beating the block, getting in on the play. So I like Lee Hunter. I got a 3 on him. If he was more athletic, I'll have a 2 on him. But he's probably late 2 for you.
He would be actually of the 3 guys. Like I said, I had him as the 3rd guy. So the guys I mentioned there at the 1 techniques, McDonald, Ohio State as a 2, Christian Miller from Georgia as the next guy, and then Hunter. So yeah, he's somewhere. I mean, would be in that range between like a 1-2-7, 1-2-8. Something like that. But yeah, I have him. It's not like I didn't have it. Wasn't one of those, oh, he's a 2-3 guy. I felt like that this guy was a 2nd round player.
Yeah.
And this has got to be one of these chances where I'll be sitting there during the draft, and then they'll ask me, they'll go, who's the best player on your board? It'll be in the 3rd round, and it'll be Hunter.
Lee Hunter,
and he should have been. And then who's the best player on your board in the 4th round? Probably Hunter. We'll see. We'll see how things test out, though.
He'll go in the 5th round or something.
Yeah, and then I'll have a 2 on him, and hopefully he'll play.
Hopefully he'll be a 2.
Yeah.
Brian, I feel like if the Dallas Cowboys miss out on Caleb Downs, on the Caleb Downs sweepstakes,
right,
I think Kamari Ramsey give you everything else, though.
Okay,
he gives you those same things. I was watching Ramsey. I said, man, he kind of cool at free. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say he's the most rangy or whatever, but I do think that he's cool at 3, and I think he can make some plays at 3, and I think he's real active in the run game at free, right? And I was like, oh, they put him in the box to go play some box safety.
There you go.
I said, hey, man, I see him stepping up in the run game, doing some things there, making some plays down there at box safety. I see you around the football a little more. That's all right. And then I watched one game where he played at nickel the whole game, bro.
Yeah.
He played nickel the whole game. And I was like, all right, so you line up everywhere. He lines up every single place, Brian.
He does.
I'm like, man, Caleb Downs be doing that.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want Ramsey covering nickels, like nickel receivers or something. He probably can do it a little bit, but it depends on the matchup. I think what separates him is that Downs can probably cover more guys, but Ramsey can indeed go down, play some nickel, play some strong, and then go play some free. I think he'll be better as like a halves 3. I mean, at like a halves free, and not like a one high sideline to sideline.
Yeah,
free
they play a lot of
whatever.
cover 2 there at USC.
Play some halves on him. Yeah. That's perfectly fine. Or if you want some other safeties playing halves, and you just want him playing robber, you want him roaming around. I think he gives you versatility to be able to play everything, Bryan Broaddus, and I think he does it at a decent level. Solid as an athlete, plays on the football and all this kind of stuff. Bryan Broaddus. Hey man, he's made big clutch plays for his defense also.
Totally agree on that one.
Like when shit be on the line, he'll come in and force a fumble or something or do a thing. Hey man, Kamari Ramsey is a ball player to me, Bryan Broaddus. He's versatile. He won't play all these things on the next level, but I think if you get lucky, you get Downs. But if you miss out on Downs, you got to find a way to get Ramsey.
You got a 2 on this guy, right?
I got a 2 on him.
See, I put him at 3, and this is where you and I are going to. And this is where I
got 3. Pardon me, 3.
Oh, you got 3 on him?
I got 3.
Okay, 3. Okay, well then that's kind of where I have him myself. This kid's a transfer from UCLA, so right across the road is what he did. He will play a lot of 2 deep, as we mentioned. He'll play in the slot, as you mentioned. It's not often that you see him missing tackles. This guy is a physical player in that regard. He'll wrap up when he gets a chance. I've seen him make tackles in the open field that have saved touchdowns. You could watch him against Notre Dame when Jeremiah Love takes off running down the sidelines and Ramsey from the middle of the field runs him down to save a touchdown. So you got to give him credit for that. You can see him closing on routes, the transition from the back pedal to a full downhill player quickly. He can blitz is something you've seen. He can attack the pocket. He can bring pressure off the edge. They use him on matchups against tight ends. He doesn't have a large number of career interceptions, but he finds himself around the ball. wherever the ball is, Kamari Ramsey is one of those guys that's going to be there. He's 6 foot. He's 205 pounds. I have a lot of respect for his toughness and the way that he finishes. And you mentioned it. My last line, makes big plays when needed the most.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where he has been at USC. I do like this guy a lot. Probably should have put him in the second round as a player, but a lot of the traits that you talked about, Voch, are absolutely right. And if you do miss out on a guy like Downs, they always say, "Well, this is a poor man's down." This very well could be a poor man's down because of the way that he's able to move, the way he's able to tackle, and then you have some coverage ability with him.
Being poor man Downs might make him a second round pick, bro.
Might very well make him a second round pick. He'll probably work out really well, run well, and people will look at the tape and they will see a guy that, as you just said, makes big plays when they need him to.
We need to find a way to get some day 2 picks, man.
Yeah.
We need to find a way to get some day 2 picks.
Yeah.
One last one, Brian. Fresh on your mind.
Yeah.
Tell us about JC. Tell us about JC Davis.
You threw me one there.
The offensive line from Illinois.
You know what? I don't know what I was thinking there, but here I am.
It's all right.
Yeah, I got here this early, did a podcast with Jeff Kavanaugh, and the next thing you know, I'm watching the tackle from
good.
Illinois. This is an interesting guy. He's 6'5", 335 pounds, and I asked you about him because I'd seen that he was. Oh, no, he's 320 pounds or stuff like that. But, he is a big boy. He is the starter left tackle for the Illini. He's a transfer from New Mexico. So he made a bunch of starts there for the Lobos. I think this guy is actually a pretty good foot athlete. Mm-hmm. I think he's got the movement for the position. I think there's some lateral agility. I think there's some quick feet. And I think there's a little bit of an ease of movement to his game. But there's snaps where, like I say, you see him passing defenders off, so I could see the awareness and then kind of waiting for things to develop. I think his pass set is good at getting out of his stance. I think he can put himself in position to secure blocks. But there are times where he will lose the contact with his man, and then you see him go into chase mode.
Yeah.
He will hit, and then all of a sudden it turns into, instead of grabbing the guy and holding the guy, it turns into a scramble. If his punch is landed, I feel like he has better control of his guy. If it doesn't, then he is, as I said, he goes into chase mode, and it turns out that he has to kind of work from there. I do feel like he's got some anchoring ability. There's signs of some knee bend there. I do see how he's light on his feet. He can get some movement in the running game, but the sustain can come and go for the position. It's just not always there.
Yeah.
I do like the way he's able to play on his feet, but there's times you'll see him over the tops of them, and then that's where it also hurts him with the sustain part of it. I did put this guy in the 4th round.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think he's a big guy, and he's played left and right tackle in his career. But there's somebody will fall in love with the kind of the foot athlete, but can he keep the block? Can he sustain? If he were to figure out how to do that, somebody might get a pretty good player because of the size and the movement, but the sustain is a problem.
You want to know why it's a problem?
Why is that?
Because he's a guard for real.
You think he's a guard? Yeah.
Probably a guard.
Yeah.
Illinois left tackle. Probably a guard, though.
Okay.
Strong punch, great anchor.
Yeah.
Damn, he sat down on that bull rush. Handles power really well. Limited range, though, but he's a fighter. What gave me a lot of respect for his range, because, technically he is a slower-footed tackle is what you would call.
Yeah.
But Brian, length has a way of bailing you out.
Right.
I watched him versus Ohio State, Brian.
Uh-huh.
He had too big of no problems with him, Ohio State.
No, he did not.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that at least gives me a little bit of respect on the
competitive part.
Very competitive.
Yeah.
And your feet are a little better than I thought they were.
Sure.
So if you got decent tackle feet, but you maybe just don't have all the range, then just go be an athletic guard, man. Right. Ain't nothing wrong with being a good-footed guard. Guards don't have to have slow feet. But he gets kind of tall, though.
Yeah.
He gets a little tall, technique rough around the edges. I want to see him finish those blocks a little bit better, like you said there.
Right.
But he gets the job done. If he has to play tackle, I've seen him play tackle at a very high level. You know what I'm saying? Big Ten business, you feel me? Right. But I got him as a 3rd round guard, and he might be a 4th round tackle.
Yeah.
But I think with his power,
So he has a better chance in your eyes of being a guard
Yes, sir.
because of the power he plays with and the way he's able to sit on people. That makes a lot of sense.
I agree. Powerful guard, powerful punch, anchor, and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. Wrestling in the phone booth. Work on the pad level. He'd be fine as a third round guard.
Sure.
That's where I'm at with.
All right. And he's a Senior Bowl guy, so we'll probably see him play some guard.
Yeah. Both him and Jennings Dunker get to earn They get to earn tackle respect from me. You feel
There you
me? But I think that's all our guys, Brian. Right? Yeah, we knocked some dudes out today, didn't it?
Yeah.
Knocked them out there, Brian. Appreciate you for being a part of this. We appreciate everybody. What's up?
The thing about real quick though, the thing that I'm going to ask though is, were you encouraged by the safety group so far? What you've seen?
Yeah, for sure. We just ain't got picks to get them.
You don't got picks to get them where you need to.
Yeah.
Would you consider taking one of these safeties at 20? Is there anybody that would make you? Was there anybody that would say, okay, trade back? We trade back a few spots, and then we're targeting a safety at 26.
I think some late ones. The answer is no.
Okay,
But it's gonna be somebody like McNeil Warren maybe. McNeil Warren may be a guy that ends up being like.
so none of these safeties are going to stack for you in the top 32.
Probably not. But think about guys like Imagn last year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's some of these types of guys.
Yeah.
But he went in the second round, I believe.
I think he went third.
Early something like that.
Did he go second round with second?
Nick Imagn.
Worry.
Nick Imagn went.
See, the question I had about Nick Imagn was that like sometimes he was a blow you up guy, and then the next time he wouldn't hit you at all. Like you would see him on the sidelines, like it was like
35th overall.
So he second round player.
35th overall. And I think that's right where some of these guys should go.
Yeah.
That's right where some of these guys should go.
So there's,
and look, I wasn't super high on Imagn neither.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I think I had a third round grade on him myself.
Yeah, but he's working out in that system.
Maybe that tells you right there that I need to not every third round grade I have for these safeties are like what you're thinking of as a second round safety.
No, Mike McDonald is a genius. If he'd have went to Cincinnati, he'd be terrible. You know what I'm saying? But coaching matters. But sure. I don't think in good conscience I could take one of those safeties at that point. I think it's downs, and I think your next pick. Like you have to shoot for corner, like pass rush or something.
Sure.
You got to shoot for corner, pass rush. Downs is just good enough to overcome like position value. Yeah. In my own personal opinion. Right. Our guys here are all these safeties. Just me looking at whether it be Halsey, Ramsey, McNeil Warren. They don't blow me away in the way, I got to take him before the pass rusher,
right,
or before the right tackle, or before the corner. You know what I'm saying? So I would rather have those guys. Yeah, for sure. Thank you very much.
Group,
look, Brian, like these guys up in these top threes right here, corners and safeties.
Yeah, no, it's encouraging.
You could use them all.
You could use every one.
It'd have been great if you'd had 12, 20, and a 2 and a 3.
Yeah,
it'd have been great.
Right.
But I'm fine with Pickens and Quentin. Don't get me wrong. I'd rather have Quentin Williams than damn McNeil Warren. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But I would like to take a swing at one of these guys. So if we could trade back one of those picks and get somebody. If you get wiped out at 12 and somebody answers the phone, I would be trying to get something done to get those picks.
Get one of those guys.
Especially if it's not a Bain or it's not a Down.
Okay, real quick then. Real quick. I know you're trying to end this show.
I'm good, please.
Is there a player that you're targeting on defense that you would say, I'm trading back because I want to go get him? Is that an unfair question?
How I was raised to do my boards is if I want him, I should take him at 20.
No question. But is there somebody that...
But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, is there somebody you're saying, if I trade back...
Sure.
I would like to have this defensive player, whether it be one of these edges.
So defensive player, you got Howell, Messidor, Height.
Yeah.
And RM time is really depending on how you feel about him.
Right.
No defensive tackle. Linebackers, A.J. Hill, C.J. Allen. I think they both would be in the high 20s somewhere. Corner, Hood, Terrell, Cisse. I think they're all around there. And all these guys are guys you could take at 20.
Right.
But they're also guys you could take at 5, right. 28, 25, where you want to put them. I'll stand on the table. McNeil Warren could be my 29th overall.
So
pick.
if you were to trade back, the thought would be to go get the Toledo safety.
Sure.
If you're trading back. I'm trading back with the intent.
If he's the best player there, yeah.
I'm trading back with the intent to try and go get that safety if I can.
If he's the best player there.
Okay, I'm with you.
Because if the running back falls to the 20s, we got to have another talk. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on the board or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I got you.
Good talk, man. We got a lot to continue to talk about. We broke down 9 players in 2 shows.
Yeah.
It's what we do, man. Yeah. It's what we do. We will be ready. Y'all will be ready with us. So we appreciate y'all. CrownGlobeMedia.com is where you find everything. You find the links to the shows. At some point, the draft boards will be up there.
Yep.
Let us just keep filling these out. But at some point, we will put our boards up there on the website. You guys can go tap in with it, do whatever you like. The merch is up there on the website. Do whatever you want. The audio, it's all there. Everything that you're looking for, CrownGlobeMedia.com. Bryan Broaddus is Crown Globe Media on Twitter right now until he gets Bryan Broaddus back. And I'm Voch Lombardi, of course. We appreciate y'all on Tuesday's show. Brian, he'll have some questions for us. So
absolutely.
y'all be sure to tap in. All right? Crown.